Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Fallout 3 Remastered, a game that we absolutely know nothing about, but we do know it is coming, and I want to just talk about and get into details on what I want from the game and what I need from the game. So we're gonna quickly recap from my last video about Fallout 3 Remastered, and we're also gonna get into some new Fallout news. And so we're gonna quickly go over that before we get into what I want from the game. So let's get right into it. So last video I talked about the ZeniMax leaks basically leaking that Oblivion Remastered and Fallout 3 Remastered were in the works, and now of course Oblivion Remastered is out, and now we have our eyes on Fallout 3 Remastered. Now they haven't released anything about Fallout 3, they haven't publicly announced anything, but I speculated that it was going to release around the next season of the Fallout series, and well, just recently they teased that season 2 is to release December of this year. Now this is very exciting news, as Fallout Season 1 did phenomenal, and even if you didn't like the series, you got to admit that having new light being shown on Fallout and everybody talking about it and it getting incorporated into other games is very, very good for Fallout in general. But with that being said, they could capitalize off of that Fallout hype wave coming at the end of 2025, and they could release Fallout 3 Remastered early 2026, or even surprise us by shadow dropping it like they did with the Oblivion Remastered. But as excited that I might be, and I know I speculated it was going to come around that time, I don't think that it'll come that soon anymore. Remastered games don't usually take too long to develop, just improve the graphics and sell the game again. But for the case of Oblivion Remastered, we know that it's not your typical remastered game. It's almost completely different from all the new models, new animations and textures. It's almost like an entirely different experience. So there's a lot of work to be done before we get to play. So if we don't see it at the end of 2025 or early 2026, it might just release during season 3 of the Fallout series, which we know is confirmed via their Instagram. So now with that out of the way, let's talk about what I want with Fallout 3 Remastered and what we can expect from the remaster. Firstly, of course, we can't talk about a remaster without talking about its remastered graphical and visual improvements. Now, of course, I don't doubt that Fallout 3 Remastered is going to look spectacular, just like the Oblivion Remastered, but I just hope that they don't ruin the graphical style that Fallout 3 has. That gray and bleak wasteland Fallout 3 is known for, and most importantly, its realistic graphical appearance. The last thing I want Fallout 3 Remastered to look like is to look like Fallout 4. If I see any cartoonish looking graphics that Fallout 4 had, or like some oversaturation, honestly, just scrap the whole project. I don't want it. I just really don't want them to mess up my favorite game of all time. But considering that Oblivion Remastered, I'm enjoying it, I'm playing it right now, it's amazing. So I have full confidence that they will deliver on this. Now, moving on to the next thing I really hope they change in this remastered is the unique or legendary weapons in the game. Every single time I manage to replay Fallout 3, I always collect every single legendary or unique item within the game, whether it's armor pieces, weapons, or just miscellaneous items. I love collecting them. It's such a crucial part and component to a Bethesda game to have legendary items, because it makes the world feel so alive and lived in, because every unique item practically tells a story, whether that story is yours to discover or someone else's story that has already been told within the item. With that being said, Fallout 3's unique weapons don't feel that unique, especially in terms of their model. The unique or legendary weapons or armor sets are exactly the same models as their non-unique counterparts. That's one thing that Fallout New Vegas did a lot better than Fallout 3, is that in Fallout New Vegas, every unique and legendary armor set had unique models. So I just really hope that they actually do remodel these legendary weapons and armor sets, because it would improve the gameplay a ton. Exploring and finding these weapons would be 100 times better. Now on to the next topic, which is animations. Now, as with Oblivion Remastered, they changed almost every animation to the game to make it feel a lot smoother and a lot more modern and amazing looking. They definitely did a nice job with the animations in the Oblivion Remastered, and that's definitely something that we're going to be seeing in the Fallout 3 Remaster. Now, as it stands, Fallout 3's animations are very stiff, just like every animation, to reloading, to putting your gun away. It's all very stiff. So new animations are definitely something we're going to be expecting, and that's definitely gonna freshen up the Remastered a ton. I just hope that they don't over exaggerate some of these animations, like they just overdo some of the animations where it looks over animated and it looks kind of goofy and doesn't fit the style that Fallout 3 has. Like, I'm not gonna lie, something that kind of made me a little about the Oblivion Remastered was the running animation. It looked a bit goofy, but I guess Oblivion's kind of a goofy little silly kind of a game, so I guess it's not too bad. But definitely that's something that can't really fit into the Fallout 3 world. Now, next thing that I can definitely see them kind of doing in this Remastered is potentially improving the power armor in the game. As we know, power armor is completely different in Fallout 4 than in 3 or New Vegas, and I can definitely see them, let's say, like bulking up the power armor in game to make it more menacing or more accurate to the original game and kind of the newer, more modern style Fallout games. Since one of their main objectives in the Oblivion Remastered was to make it, of course, more modern, they can definitely make the power armor more modern. And I don't expect them to make it to where you have to recharge your power armor or put fusion cores every time in your power armor. I definitely still can see them keeping it the same, where you go to your inventory just to equip it and you can carry it wherever you want, but definitely for them to bulk up the power armor, making it a bit beefier, a bit fatter, I can definitely see them doing something like that. But let me know what you guys think about it, because I'm kind of mixed on that. Now, the last thing, but most importantly thing that I want for them to do in this Remastered is improve the gunplay. The gunplay in Fallout 3 is very outdated and very stiff. For most guns, you can't even aim down the sights. Majority of guns, you can't aim down sights. Like, only the scoped weapons that actually have like a real scope on it, then you can actually aim down those sights. But majority of the weapons don't have that in the game. So you kind of do this like awkward aim in animation where you just look closer to the crosshair while the gun, it doesn't move at all. So that's definitely one thing I can definitely see them doing in this Remastered, of course, is to aim down sights of your weapon. But another thing that I definitely can see them adding that will improve the gameplay a ton is having a button to throw grenades. We saw that feature being implemented into Fallout 4, and that would do so well in Fallout 3. There is frag grenades everywhere in Fallout 3, and even different types of grenades, and it would just make them so much better and actually usable, because I barely use grenades in Fallout 3. They just leave you so vulnerable, so having like a quick button to quickly throw it at your enemy while you still have your gun in your hand to defend yourself will be a huge game changer. And of course, we can't forget about sprinting. Sprinting is a huge gameplay changer. It makes traveling 1,000 times better. It's just an overall basic improvement, and that should be in every single game. So definitely sprinting is something that they are going to add, and I expect in the game. So that is it. That is pretty much all I wanted to talk about Fallout 3 Remastered. If you made it this long during the video, I freaking love you. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm still, learning. I'm still growing. I'm still improving in my videos. So if you guys want to join me on that journey, please subscribe. Your help is greatly appreciated. And let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see in the Fallout 3 Remastered. Peace.